Well guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Welcome to Hartsook Family Farms. I am going to be heading up to the farm today to spread some fertilizer. We'll talk more on our way up there, but I wanted to basically do something before it gets a little breezy out there today. It's not too bad, but I wanted to talk in here a little bit. But I just want to remind you guys that Magic Mind is a sponsor of the video. They have this awesome formula to kind of help keep your mind sharp, and they have this new formula to help you guys get to sleep at night. So you guys should really check them out. They have an awesome offer for 45% off your first order. So check it out in the link down in the description and help support the channel by supporting them. It's a little bit breezy, but we got a little fertilizer and we're gonna spread it. This field right here and the field over yonder needs to get spread, along with this one and a couple more around home and up there. But I've just got one load. I'm gonna spread that out. It's decently nice out. It was 30 degrees 2 days ago, 40 the next day, and it's excuse me. Oh, it is. The temperature's dropping. It's not gonna be near as nice. There's the beans taking some loads of grain down. Darn Dale. Anyway, it's not gonna be near as nice. Starting these next couple days, it's gonna get real cold actually. So I'm gonna try to get that spread out. Guys are gonna be working some cattle here this morning, and I'm actually gonna hopefully be back in the next video to haul grain on Monday. I got 4 loads sold for next week, so we'll see if I can get them in. So anyway, yeah, we'll see how it goes, but I'm gonna spread that field and the field we were just on. Let's get it done. Woof. The old 190 is going through a pretty major rebuild, she looks like. So that's all your engine rocker arms there. Man, the entire engine's out. Oh no, just kidding. It just sits lower than I thought. That's your main block. Your cylinders underneath there. Did a pretty major rebuild. I mean, it's got 6,500 hours on her. She's been a good tractor. Yes. Okay, so I was just helping the guys out with moving some cows around. So now I'm going to start at the day cab. It's got fertilizer in there. Nathan took a load of grain down and brought some fertilizer back. I'm going to start that guy up. And get some things fired up and moved around. You guys are gonna have a good little cold start here. Sucker always starts cold. Okay, so I got the battery charger on the 50 right there because we got some sort of electrical issue. And I am pulling out the flatbed right now. Gonna go and hook this thing next door. It's starting up, as you can see, all the smoke coming out. And hopefully I can get that 50 started and we can get that fertilizer spreader out and going. Shouldn't take me more than 2 hours to spread all this out. Put the jacks down, raise it up. Goot. There's a Tesla. And Nathan is bringing steers up Jerry's. Alright, get this tarp off. Make sure we got gas, which are quarter tank. Probably should put a little bit in. Not a lot, but put a little bit. And then we can get out of here. Huh. That battery dead too. Let's go check. I have to jump this thing too. This is just not my day for batteries. 0 for 2. Luckily we got 2 jump packs, so we'll need them both. Okay, we got her going. I'll go ahead and lift up the hydraulics because that's locked with the motor. And I do not want to do that. that valve which locks it out. We'll go put a little bit of gas in and we'll get out of here. Curtis should be backing up here soon. Let's roll. Okay, we are moving. Making our way down to Freddy's right here. I can see Curtis just pulled in. I'll be right behind him. Okay, let's get to my steed, go load up and go spread some fert. Let's get it. There's Dar. And Dale. Fun fact, I used to drive that truck in college. Okay, we're loading. Mike's gonna start up my PTO. Get my discs warming up. So it'll be about 10 minutes for me to load. So we're just getting all the hydraulics and everything warmed up on the tractor, or on the spreader I should say. Loaded. Okay, we are loaded. Let's get out of here. Okay, we are rolling. So we are putting on an analysis of, for every 100 pounds, 20, 20, I believe, no, 22, 22, 5. Give me 1 second, let me turn. Yeah, so for every 100 pounds, we're putting on O, 22, 22, 5. So 5 pounds of sulfur, 22 pounds of P, and 22 pounds of K. This is a great ingredient. These are 2 out of 3 main macronutrients for our corn crop. It's going to be corn next year. And we will put on the last nutrient, nitrogen, in the spring. I guess, in the spring. It is next year. I was going to say next year, but it is 2025. This is actually the first field work we're doing in 2025. Hey, nice. But anyway, so we're going to be putting on nitrogen on this in the fall, or in the spring. We're going to chisel it, put nitrogen down with anhydrous, and then we're going to plant it in corn next year. So when I say O22, 22, 5, there's 3 ingredients in this blend. There is potash, which is our K. There is triple P, which is our phos. And then we have elemental sulfur, which is our sulfur. So I'm putting on 340 pounds per acre. So you guys can do the math. They're doing around a 70-70-15 rate, something like that. Going a little bit lower because you can kind of see some of the stuff actually had manure. I'll up the full rate when we actually get into our ground that had stalk bales taken out of it. Because when you take stalk bales out, you're removing some nutrients that will be broken down and used by future plants. Like all this biomass from corn, that will be broken down at some point. Need to get these trees out of here at some. So yeah, we are doing this ourselves. Because we're doing it ourselves, we are saving, like today, I will save us $1,000. And all it's taken is this tractor and this spreader. So like that's pretty cool. I'll go into the math here a little bit later. First load's all done. 1,000 pounds left, so I spread out 7.5 ton, not too bad. Now we'll head back and go get filled up again. Okay, so we're filling up. This load will fill up my, or empty out my back half. So I'm gonna have to move the semi. So like I mentioned before, so we are saving well over $1,000 with just what I'm doing here. So if we were going to pay the local provider to And I apologize for the wind, but if we were gonna pay the local provider to do this for us, he would charge us about $7 an acre. So I'm gonna do 150 acres out of this load. So that's right there is $1,050 for approximately 3 hours worth of time. That's not too bad, especially when all things considered. So, but then we get some more saving if we pick up the fertilizer ourselves. We're saving around that, I don't know, just call it $100 a ton. There's 30 ton in here. That's gonna be right around that, math, 3,000? Yeah, that's $3,000 we're saving right there, I believe. So I mean, doing this ourselves is it's a very cost-effective thing. The biggest thing is you gotta be set up for it, which with a $30,000 purchase, and with getting a spreader ourselves, it's very cost-effective. So like I said, that's why that's the reason why we're doing this. Well, there's Nathan feeding cattle. So on my second load, about halfway done with it already, I should say. We're moving. So the markets, I'll give you guys kind of a macro update. The markets really have, they've rallied quite a bit since in this last month or so. So how the markets work, and I wish I could find a spot to stick you guys. So the markets right now, corn is sitting right around that 484 on the board. We're sitting around 470 cash. Basically, I could take my grain to the processor right now for 470. The cash price is a combination of the board price, so that is your price across the globe, and the basis, which is basically how local elevators can compete against each other. If one place really wants corn, they'll lower their basis, and vice versa. So yeah, so that's how we get our cash price. The market has really rallied. 470 for corn, beans around that 1030 or so. No, yeah, 1030 on the board and basis wise and cash wise. So they've really rallied because we have an organization in the United States called the USDA, the U.S. Department of Agriculture. They have a very hard job, and a lot of people hate on them, but I think it's a very hard job of guesstimating the national yield. So they have reports about every other month, roughly, and everything we heard throughout the summer and throughout harvest can be record harvest in the 180s for yield for corn and in the mid 50s for beans. Well, they actually dropped that sizably. We dropped 4 bushels on average for corn, and beans was dropped by a bushel. That was not expected by anybody in the market, so therefore the market reacted very positively, and we've really gained about 40 cents these last week or so. So it's been really nice. Because of that, I will be selling grain tomorrow. I sold some grain. I'm happy with the price. I've made money by putting stuff in storage, and that's it. And I gotta slow down for slow down to turn. Like I said, in my tractors, I need to put a platform so I can stick my GoPro and have a spot to record, have a spot to keep it. So I'm just gonna turn, engage auto steer, activate my spreader, and speed back up. It's pretty easy. Spreading is really I thought it was gonna be a lot harder than what it actually is. It's literally just drive straight and make sure you're doing a good job. It's really not too bad. Anywho, so yeah, so because of that, like I said, when I was selling grain right out of the field, it was around that 420 price. I sold those last bushels for 470. I'm really happy with that price. Like I said, for me, I have to make about 40 cents to store my grain. Now, like I said, there's other I can knock that 40 cents down because of harvest speed and efficiency, which I end up doing. But 40 cents is what I shoot for. I'm averaging right around that 40 cents. I sold some for 470, I sold some for 450. So I'll take it, I'm happy with it. But yeah, so the market has really been moved mainly on that USDA report, but I see as a long-term thing, the market is a little bit bearish, which is not good because of a record South American crop that's coming. I know quite a bit of farmers and people because of my job. And there is gonna be a really good crop in Brazil, but that is probably the main thing. But also we're still kind of dealing with an oversupply and not as much demand. China is buying a decent amount. That's where a large majority of the soybean exports go to. They're buying a little bit, but it's still not as much as we would need. So I know, like I said, I don't want to sound this as a complete you-know-what fest, but we're just, that's just where it's at. I mean, the farming economy isn't terrible, but it's not the golden days that it was a couple years ago. So I'm still happy we'll still be able to make a profit. Not as much of a profit, but we're still gonna be able to make one. We'll still be able to farm another year. That's all we're kind of mad. That's all we can ask for. But we're trying to do stuff like this to cut costs where we can. looks like. The yellow is your sulfur, the purple is your potash, the red's your potash, the purple is your triple P. The ratio is going to be, I don't know, about 5 to 8% sulfur, 60% triple P, and the rest potash, because the blend for every 100 pounds of potash, there's 60 pounds of K. For every 100 pounds of triple, there's about, I think it's like 46 pounds of P. So you gotta do, it's a whole bunch of math with fertilizer, but it's really not too bad once you get it figured out with ratios and blends and stuff. Loaded. Let's get out of here. Filling. There we are. Cool. Good to go. We're full. I'll go ahead and flip the shields up a couple times. Let's get out of here. Get it out of the field so I can spread near it. Okay, let's roll. You look closer, you can see all the fertilizer that's speckled. That's good. Means I'm doing my job. Rolling, so now we got 2.5 passes left. Or 2.5 rounds left, I should say. Rolling. We are all done. Nice. I'm gonna go park this thing, grab a bite to eat, and head home. That's all I needed to do today. Alright, she's cooled down. Let's roll. You did good. 150 acre spread in a little over 2 hours. Not too shabby. I just realized I did not close the video out. Hi, DG. Well, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I just got home, we spread all that fertilizer, and now I got a brother-in-law coming over. We're doing some whiskey tasting tonight. So anyway, I'm gonna let you go. Take care, take it easy, stay safe, and till time for now.